Okay, if you guys can turn to page 12. Okay, we're just going to do a little bit more with circles. I think you'll find this easy because you've already done complete the square with parabolas. We just have to adapt it for circles as well. But once you get it into standard form, then you pull the radius, you pull the center, you pull the center, you pull the radius, and you can sketch it out. Okay, so page 12. What if the equation for the circle is not already in standard form? The following are all equations of circles. Can you identify the center and radius for each circle? Okay, so here's the form for circles. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Okay, can you tell by looking at the first equation what the center is? Yeah, you see that? We don't see any parentheses, but we can kind of imagine that those are just parentheses with zeros. So center is 0, 0, and the radius is always the square root of whatever this number is. Okay, second one. What's the center? Mm-hmm. And radius is the square root of 20. Okay, now the third one is also a circle because we have x squared and y squared. So the way you can tell the difference between the circles and parabolas, if it's in general form, is you look to see what is squared. So parabola, it's only x being squared or it's only y being squared, but circles, both the x and y are squared individually. Okay, so that's how you can quickly tell between circles and parabolas. So we know that this is not quite in the form of standard. So let's rewrite in this space here. But the way that we're going to do it is we're going to complete the square twice, once for the x's and once for the y's. Okay, so we'll group the x's together. We'll group the y's together. And then we have to move the constant over to the other side. But we have to make room for whatever changes we make on the left side. We have to make sure that we make the same changes on the right side as well. You guys remember the formula for complete the square? B divided by 2, and then we have to square it. Yeah. Okay, so for the x's, the b value is 6, right? So 6 over 2 is 3. 3 squared is 9. Okay, so make sure that you're balancing whatever number you settle on, that you match it on the other side. Okay, we got to do b over 2 for the y value. So what's the b value here? Yeah, so 8 over 2. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 8 over 2 is 4. 4 squared is 16. Factor the x's, factor the y's. Add all the constants together on the right side. Negative 9 plus 9 is 0. 0 plus 16 is 16. Okay, so We're getting closer to our standard form. Center is 3, -4. And what's the radius? Yeah, square root of 16, which is 4. Okay, I'll work through these problems at the same time that you guys are working through. We're just going to go through pages 12 and 13. And then we can also maybe start the quiz review as well. Quiz will be on Wednesday, if we have time. We'll just go as far as we can go. Okay, so the thing about circles is that we shouldn't be dealing with any coefficients with x and y. They should be nice and clean. We should not have to deal with these 4s. So we should be able to divide that coefficient out. We're always going to, if we're going to complete the square, we got to make sure we get that x squared, y squared cleanly by itself. So we're going to divide everything by 4, so we can force that x squared down to just in terms of 1x squared. So we'll divide everything by 4. We can do that because we're doing this to every term on both sides of the equation. And as I do that, I'm going to set myself up for complete the square. So square root of 60 is not a perfect square, but yeah, you know somewhere around, you know that 8 squared is 64, so it's a little bit less than 8, so 7 point something. You know 7 squared is 49, so it's somewhere between 7 and 8. So let's just do 7.5. Okay. Doesn't have to be accurate as long as you have some ballpark value here. Okay, page 13. Everybody good with this page? I'll leave it up for another minute. Everybody good with this page? Okay, for number 2, you're dividing every term by 2 to get that x squared and y squared down to just without any coefficients, right? You want, yeah, basically all circles, you should be able to get all the way down to just x squared and y squared.
Graph 3 and 4 on the same.
Oh, say it again?
Do we graph 3 and 4 on the same one? Or on the same graph?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, oversight on my part. Just go ahead and just graph the third one, and you'll leave the fourth one blank. I mean, still find everything, but you don't have to graph the fourth one. Number 4, I rearranged it. Well, I moved I want the x squared and y squared to be both positive, so I moved the x squared to the right side. But then at the same time, I realized I would rather have all this right side on the left side, so I just made these flip-flop, and I just copied down the right side to be the left side to be the right, divide everything by 3. And notice that there's only x squared, but there's no x. So if that's the case, there's no need to complete the square for the x. We'll only need to complete the square if there's a y squared and the y that we have to resolve. So the x is really just x minus 0 squared. For the y's, we have to complete the square. Any questions with this page? Okay, let's go ahead and start page 14. I don't want us to forget about parabolas, so let's see if we can remember our steps for parabolas. Okay, we're good. So remember with parabolas, we have to identify the vertex, which remember HK. So your H goes with is going to be next to the X. Your K is going to be next to the Y. And then 4P, right? You got to get that 4P value. Okay. If Y is squared, you know that it's either going to be opening to the left or to the right. If X is squared, then you know it's either opening up or down. And then you look at whether P is positive or negative. If P is positive, then it's either up or to the right. If P value is negative, you know it's going to be either down or to the left. Okay, any questions about parabolas? Two, you see the x's being squared, you know you're trying to target the parabola where the x's are together and everything else on the right side. X is squared, you know, and then the p is positive, you know it's going to open up.
So your distance between your focus and then the 2 points parallel with it is the focal width divided by 2, right? Those points, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so once I find my focal width, I'm just going to divide it by 2 because I'm counting from the center. So I'm going to do over 4 and to the left 4 because I know that overall that's going to give me 8.
All right.
Yeah. So look at number 3 here. If I only have the focus and the directrix, how can I find the p-value and the vertex?
The vertex is going to be in the middle.
Yeah, in the middle, right? So if you can count that distance, figure out what the center is, what the middle is between the dotted line and the focus, that'll be your vertex. And you can count the distance from vertex to focus, that'll be your p-value. And also you can have an idea how the graph's going to open, right? It's going to open up. Sorry, you may not have enough room to do the full focal width. So wide there. Okay, I'll check these pages tomorrow. We'll do the rest of the quiz review. I'll have another worksheet for you to practice for parabolas and circles, and quiz is Wednesday. Another day to review tomorrow.